My breakfast for dinner meal is coming together really well. Just straining off my lentils to get rid of that excess moisture. And when you see the skins come off the lentils, it's cooked. But the best way to test is to taste it. My pork belly is coming along nicely. If you remember, I reserved some of this pickling liquid that tastes as good as I remember it. And I want to reduce it because I'm going to use it later for a glaze. So let's get that going. Okay. Dump that all in. You're going to let that reduce until it gets like maple syrup. All right. I'm going to pull this pork belly out. That looks good. You're wondering, why is he putting it on a towel? Hold on, patience, patience. Okay. That liquid can't be used anymore, but let me show you this. Pick out those bay leaves. I've put it on a towel because I want to drain off all of the excess moisture on the top and bottom surfaces. So, very gently, squeeze it. If I leave that moisture on the surface, when I put it in the oven, it's gonna steam and be more boiled, right? I don't want boiled, I want crispy. Okay. Now I can add some oil to this pan when I'm ready to add the pork belly, but not absolutely necessary, because if you know bacon, there's a little bit of fat on there. And that'll continue to render a little bit, and it'll lubricate it, and that's all the oil I'll actually need. Let this come up to temp, a nice high heat. I can season this a little bit. The salt, pep. And the beauty of the towel proves itself once again. Straight in. Now I just want to sear this meat evenly and then get it into my oven. Oh, that's crisping up quite nicely. Woo! Okay. You see how that piece of pork belly has started to form a crust? It's nice and crispy. That's what I'm looking for. Take a couple of minutes. Just flip each piece. I can really smell the cloves. Oh my goodness, so amazing. See the beautiful color on those pork bellies? I've set one of my ovens to 400 degrees because I want to cook my eggs at 350. My pork belly goes in at the 400-degree oven. Whew, it smells crazy. Now it's ready cooked. I just want to sear it to make sure both sides stay nice and crispy. While that's cooking, I can start my eggs. Begins with a little bit of oil. You can use olive oil or veg oil. So I'm not going to be bringing the temperature up that high, so it won't make that much of a difference. 1 shallot. Now, a lot of people, they'll make scrambled eggs or an omelet, but they never really make baked eggs, and I don't know why. They're so delicious. Dice up my shallot. That looks good. That's gonna add a lot of flavor to these eggs. For each person, I'm gonna serve 2 eggs. So I got 4 ramekins. I need 8 eggs. I'm using room temperature eggs so that it cooks evenly, okay? So just directly into the dish. Got my eggs in there. I need 2 tomatoes. The tomatoes are gonna add a refreshing, bright flavor, also a vibrant color. And red is one of those colors in food that tells the body and the mind, this is good food, okay? Then you just dice it. Okay, that's lots of tomatoes, but I'm gonna reserve a little bit for my lentils, okay? So I just need a little bit of tomatoes in there. Just, again, for color and a really refreshing flavor, right? It's not absolutely essential, but if you want to make this recipe really, really good, you want to put a little bit of 35% cream and a little bit of butter. Make everything cook nice and evenly and silky. Of course, a little bit of salt and pepper. My pork belly is going in the oven at 400 degrees. In about 5 minutes, they'll be perfect and ready to go. My eggs will go in at 350 degrees in a separate oven for for about 8 to 10 minutes to make silky, beautiful eggs. My lentils are drained and ready to go. And then it's time for some cider reduction production. I love breakfast for dinner, especially when I'm using my obedient ingredient pork belly. It's guaranteed to be quick, simple, and delicious. Now that is reason enough to raise a toast. Get my toast going for my breakfast for dinner. My lentils are all ready to go. I just gotta assemble it. My eggs are almost done. My pork belly's almost done. This is all gonna come together at the same time, which is beautiful. Okay, remember I left all these stems in here? I kept everything really large, so it's easy to pick out. So I take all of these little stems out, and these beautiful shallots, I'm gonna reserve those, and it's gonna add flavor to this whole salad. Just with my fingers, I'm just gonna squeeze the shallots and the garlic so that it forms sort of like a loose puree. Ah, perfect. All that shallot, garlic flavor mixed in there now. A lot of it's still in here. Add a little bit of this tomato for color, as well as texture, and a little bit of chives. I'm gonna chop a few chives to dress my eggs, as well as this lentil salad. Whoa! Toast on the back. Get down to those last nubs, and I get lazy, so I just eat some chives, yo. Perfectly seasoned. Let's get this on my plate. This pork belly, it's crazy. That's serious stuff. My reduction is exactly at the stage I'm looking for. If I can draw a line in it, and it holds its stripe like that, I know it's perfect sauce consistency. So I'm just gonna glaze these, gently toss it, very gently. Wow. This pork belly is so tasty and rich, you really don't need more than 5 cubes. Like my grandmother says, all things in moderation. It's not something I'm gonna eat every day, but every now and then, it's not gonna hurt me, trust me. Ooh, eggs are looking good. You want a little bit of jiggle like that? A man like me likes a little bit of jiggle, you know? We have a little bit of chives, throw it on top in a sprinkling-like manner. My baked eggs took all of 8 minutes. My pork belly, better than bacon. I need a little bit of music. Then you check on my toast. I don't know about you, but I like to make little piles. So check that out. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. You may have had crispy bacon before, but never quite like this.